Yo, welcome everyone to a brand new video, and today it's time for Psgl F1 and we're racing around Spa. As you can see, it's been quite a long time since we have done any league racing, because I was in England and then I had to sweat basically to qualify myself for the Challenge Series, and we did as well, so I'm very happy with that. And this race, probably see it in the title, it's amazing. This race, there is so much content in this race, it's unbelievable. And I hope you guys will enjoy this video. For now, in Q1 our first lap was not that good, P16 for now, and we need to improve with quite a bit to manage to get to Q2. Of course, top 15 will go to Q2, and in Spa a lot is gonna happen. So even if you would start further back, it's not the biggest problem. And I also saw in the indicators that in the race it will be wet at some point, but it didn't show us when. So that will be interesting. For now, a little bit of a moment there, but our split is a 140.1, almost 1.5 tenths faster than the guy who was in P14. A bit less than a tenth faster than Philip in P14, and we are one of the latest cars to finish the lap. So if you can do a good final sector, we should be good in this Q1 session. Last sector felt pretty good, hitting the apex nicely, carrying good momentum, and that's P11 for now in Q1. Only a couple cars to finish. Is that a shoe?
Yeah, that's a shoe.
That's a shoe! And as you could see, still over 3 tenths off, we managed to get through Q1. So that's the first qualifying done. Up to Q2. And now we are starting our second lap. First lap wasn't really special, I think it was around the same lap time as we did in Q1. So that's basically not enough, as there is a bit more grip in Q2 than in Q1. So now turn 1 was alright. And also a Rouge. Just taking it easy, as long as you don't invalidate, it should be fine. Now a long straight until we head into Lecom. 0.76 first sector, which is alright. I would say we had quite some high top speed. That was good, but because of that we lost a bit of time in the middle sector. And yeah, we basically won it in the first and the last. But yeah, that's everyone's own choice, whatever you prefer. And now we drop to P10 as well, as you can see in the top left. Redux retired. Not sure whether he was in front. He was probably in front of us. But now the lap so far, it looks alright, but it's only a 14-0 split, and we are 1.5 tenths off the guy who was in P10. So unless we're doing a mega final sector, we are probably gonna be out. So we just need best lap time possible, maximize it, and see where we will start the race. So across the line, and we just stay in P13. It is what it is. Jarno Opmeer out as well in P11, Otis in P12. So those are the very experienced drivers who are ahead of me. So I always like that. English is trash. And this is qualifying of the top 10 at the end. Thomas with a mega lap time with a 41.4. Also Barry with a 0.5 and Wilson with a 0.5. So that's qualifying. And now let's head into the race. Alright, so now you can see in the indicators the first 3 are dry. Then one says it's gonna be wet, then it's overcast, then it's no clouds at all, and then overcast again. So this will be very interesting, and I expected to just do hard, medium, and a couple raindrops, and then it will be fine. But we'll see how the race is gonna go. For now, there are 5 red lights, and away we go. Lights went out pretty quickly. Reaction time was not on point, but second phase was good. Now Patrick Seapush goes up the inside, and a couple drivers went on for the mediums. They expected to pit to intermediates halfway through the race. Now we got Chanakinchi up the inside of us, and he hits our rear there, so we went off track, and we actually got 2 warnings there, but we should be able to remove them, as we basically got them from contact with another car, and Nicolas Longe there sends it, and he almost spun us around. Luckily managed to keep the car on track, and now we drop to P15. Nicolas sends it now on Patrick, and maybe that gives us an opportunity to make a move here. So now we are going around the outside, but we get a warning, and that's a penalty already.
That should all be removed.
But we should be able to at least remove 2 of them, so that's fine.
Yeah, sure.
Now we got Harvey Cowan right behind us in the McLaren, but they're all on hards, so I'm really fighting them for position. And now Otis Lawrence as well, right ahead of us. He is letting the medium drivers through as well. We almost lost it there in that fast corner. Not sure how that happened. I had it a couple more times in the first lap. But as long as we stay on track, it should be all fine. And now we go slightly defensive.
Mediums, 2 behind the mediums.
Okay. And now you can see 2 cars behind battling quite hard, and that's good for us because that gives us some breathing space. But now Daniel right behind us on the mediums, and he will surely go for a move. So he's gonna go for the outside here, but at the exit of this corner we have a bit more momentum, so we can stay ahead of him for now. And now going slightly defensive again, just to make sure he doesn't send it up the inside and we're losing a lot of time, because we want to stay in the DRS as well with the hard runners. And now Daniel right behind us, and this was very weird what happened, because he punted us in the rear basically, and that was weird. And after the race he said it felt like I was braking very early, and I felt like I was just a bit cautious, but didn't feel like I broke that much earlier. But yeah, that's also the difference between medium tires and hard tires, especially at the end with less temperature, as Cameron sends it up the inside, which was a good move, but we get a warning on the exit. But about Daniel, he just had more temperature in the tires and better tires, so that's why he could brake later. But that was me, and unfortunately he got damage from that. And as you can hear me say, it's raining now in lap 6. I didn't expect that, and we are all the way back in P15, so it's not looking good. And if it's gonna keep raining harder and harder, we will have to go to intermediates. But now Philip, he has some insane top speed, as you can see, and he's going for the outside, but we block him off. And that's also the reason why he wants to go for a move, because once we are driving on intermediates in wet conditions, it's very hard to overtake. Because of the dirty air, I feel like it's getting a bit worse, and there's no DRS. So now this lap we are still gonna box, and we are P14. Otis Lawrence he spun around, but we got our teammate as well, Fabrizio Donoso, and he is ahead of us, so we will have to wait for him to go away. And that will lose us quite a lot of time.
No, only lost.
Yep.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
So now, coming out of the pits, we are all the way back in P17. So it is not looking good for now. But there were cars who were still out on dry tires. First one, as you can see in the top left, is Jake Benham. He's on the mediums, and you can see how slow he's going on slick tires. So we're going around the outside of him. And that was actually pretty close. So up to P16 we go now, and I think next one is Harvey. He is on hards.
Harvey, move.
Also wanted to get past him. I wasn't sure inside or outside, but at the end we got past. So up to P15 we go again.
Then I hope I can use my mediums.
Yep.
Now in lap 11, lap 10 I mean, you can see we've gained quite a lot of time. We gained around a second in one lap to Cameron and Philip. So our pace was pretty good on these wet tires. But you can see here, it's so hard to get any closer than like 2/10, unless the car ahead of you makes a mistake. But for now I was constantly
10 minutes.
staying within 3/10, and it was just really hard to get any closer and send it, because you're on the exact same tires, no DRS, so it's just very hard to get any closer. But now Kingston retired in lap 11, and that gives us a safety car. So we're gonna do a Reddit report and see if we need to pit now already or stay out.
5 minutes? Pit or not?
No, not worth it.
No? Okay.
So if I didn't have an engineer, I probably would have gone in, but I'm not sure, because Inter's on a dry track is
five
better
or 10.
than
Yeah, that's what I
dries
expected.
on a wet track. But it was still raining for quite a long time.
Yeah, let's box for mediums.
Yeah, sure.
But now
Feeling it. Yeah, let's go.
you can hear engineer saying we're gonna box, and it was weird.
Sure.
Yeah, go.
Now you can also
Jarno
see
goes
Jarno
behind me
behind
into the
us. He's
pitch.
on mediums and he's going back to Inter, so he thinks it will stay
He is the-
wet.
There are only 2, I think, medium runners going in.
But also keep in mind, in lap 11 Chanakinchi went into a wall, and now we're in lap 14 and we're
Alright.
still out. The safety car is still out, so that's the reason why we are now able to go on mediums.
No, Thijs.
But if the safety
Sorry,
car
reality.
would have gone in like lap 14, lap 13, intermediates definitely were the better call. Oh yeah, by
Nice.
the way.
I'd like to see.
I binned it under the safety car.
Good to go.
Alright.
Quite
Safety.
impressive, in my
Thomas
opinion.
is pitting as well, come on.
So now in lap 14,
Yeah, everyone's spinning.
Alright,
Jarno's
keep it on, keep it on. Just full throttle.
everyone is going in.
What?
Full throttle.
Why?
Try to overtake as many as possible.
Oh.
So now everyone is going in. All going for the mediums, because we are now 4 laps behind the safety
Yeah,
car
got it.
already.
P7.
And
I saw it.
it stopped raining. So now it's gonna be time for dry tires.
is fun on
And now you can
mediums.
see it's almost completely dry. So we are in P7 with Thomas Ronner and Barry Borman behind us. Not in the best position to be, I would say. Also, because I know the pace of the 2 cars behind
Jarno's
me.
not going in.
And with the amount
Am I
of practice
seeing?
I've had, not ideal.
Yeah, good luck.
But now,
Hey, cheers, man.
P7, Thomas 2 tenths behind us, going slightly defensive. And now Philip ahead of us is on softs and Jarno is still out on inters. Same for Otis, I think it is, who is still out on intermediates. He's also ahead of us. And now we are using quite a lot of battery.
Thomas. Stop. Cheers.
Just to make sure Thomas not to get past us. And now Philip is gonna go for a move on Jarno. He's going up the inside and we also need to get past ASAP. But Jarno was using a bit, so we cannot get past at the moment. Probably will be able to get past him at Blanchimont. So the final straight. And as you can see here, he's losing it a bit in the corners because of less grip. But now we are gonna get past Jarno. And Jarno lets us through. But now he makes contact with Thomas. And they're almost going off. Well, they were off, but luckily not in the wall. And now we get slightly tapped from Thomas. He went for a move up the inside. Now Jarno pushes off Jarno pushes off Thomas. And up to P6 we go, by the way. And now you can see 3 cars sending it on each other behind me. Barry sent it, Thomas still got ahead of him. So that's good for us. Again, some breathing space behind us. So we can relax a bit, save a bit of battery. And now skipping a couple seconds ahead, Barry and Thomas behind me going side by side. You can see in the top left Thomas drops positions and a yellow flag. So Thomas is off.
Yep.
And now we're right behind Otis, but still got Barry Boorman hunting behind us, which is not ideal. And you can see Philip and the cars further ahead are having a gap, so we won't be able to catch them anymore. And now Otis very slow going for a switchback. We don't touch him, but he still goes into a wall.
Right, get your foot down.
And that means one thing.
There's a safety car.
And now I just realized what was happening.
What am I doing at P5? I'm lost. Hello. Oh, what have I all seen, man?
Come on, your pace is clear. What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm clear. Like 3 seconds behind. Oh, so Jarno and Thomas. What in the content?
Yeah, a lot was happening there.
Why didn't you pit Barry, man? Should do that, man. I'm telling you. Just get off me.
As you can hear me say there, I just wanted Barry to pit behind me, just so he wasn't behind me anymore.
Pitch.
But only 3 laps to go now.
Philip, be awake.
Philip was basically sleeping because he's already 9 tenths behind Patrick Sheepos, and he's on soft tires, so he will be fast. But I think his tires will drop at the end. So as long as we can stay close to him for now, we might be able to have a chance at the end of this race. And now making a small mistake, but Barry is 5 tenths behind, so that's good for us. Just don't want to blast my whole battery straight away, but they were using quite a lot ahead, so I had to do the same. So around 70%. You can see Luke Smith is putting pressure on Barry, which is good for us as well. And now lap 21 of 22, Barry is putting pressure. He's 2 tenths behind. Almost outbraked ourselves there, but luckily stopped the car just in time. And now Philip, you can see he is struggling a bit. DRS enabled.
DRS is now online.
Philip is struggling on his soft tires now. He's getting less and less traction. He's avoiding the curbs. And that's a good sign for us. But we are very low on ERS. So we have to be cautious with that. So now DRS, but you can see he is flashing, and I think Cameron ahead is flashing as well. Barry is not trying at the moment. He's probably saving for the final straight towards bus stop. And now Cameron and Philip still battling. Cameron going for the outside there, trying to go for a move, and that might give us an opportunity here. So we are now side by side with him. We're going around the outside through No Name, and we make the move stick. Around the outside we went, up to P3 we go, and now it's only Philip. And remember, we can still remove those 2 warnings, so we are still on for a very good result there. And now again you can see Philip's tires falling off. Barry 2 tenths behind us. A lot of pressure here, and then through this corner, almost a heart attack. Philip lost it. We had to go off the track. We get 2 warnings again.
Track is clear. Green flag.
So we got a total of 4 warnings, which we all can remove. A 6-1, which we can remove 4 of them. And Barry had an incident with Thomas, so we are not gonna risk it to send it on him. We're just gonna stay behind, and that's a P3.
6 seconds, I'll be removed. No way.
So at the end we cross the line in P3, and if Barry gets a penalty for the incident with Thomas, I'm not sure what happened, but if so, we will get second. But anyway, we ended up on the podium, and I think we can be very happy with that. A lot happened this race. We made some wrong strategy calls, some right strategy calls. At the end it was all good. Avoided a couple of crashes, had a lot of contact with other cars still, but at the end we still managed to get a podium spot, and I think we can be very happy with that after all what happened. Just a very fun race, I would say. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Appreciate it. Ciao.